Last night on crypto Twitter, there was insane news announced. I'm actually a little bit taken back by this particular news story. And I also believe that there will be other large companies in the United States and globally that will follow suit. And there are a few details about this story that we are going to have to keep into consideration when we're thinking about Bitcoin and its fundamentals. Because again, Bitcoin is essentially deflationary, and there's a set supply of 21 million Bitcoin, meaning finite. And with human error, every time a human makes an error, sometimes there's Bitcoin that is lost. When there's lost Bitcoin, that means the supply goes down. And right now we're seeing a very, very high demand for it. And you know what that means? Economics 101. The lower supply, when there is a lot of demand, that will increase the price. And on today's show, we're going to talk about this amazing news story. Welcome back to the O Show, everything crypto every day. Happy hump day. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and set alerts. Now, let's dive into the crypto news. This next feature is going to be actually a congratulations to my good buddy Sam. If you guys don't know who Sam is, he is the CEO of FTX and of Alameda Research. And they recently acquired Blockfolio as well. If you guys know Blockfolio allows you to go ahead and enter in your crypto trades and purchases, holds, all of that stuff. And it's a pretty comprehensive cryptocurrency virtual portfolio. Anyways, they just announced some pretty wild news. Let's take a look. Miami-Dade County announces new naming rights agreement with FTX. Yes, you heard this correctly. And FTX, they signed a 19-year partnership to name FTX Arena home of Miami Heat. The agreement now goes to Miami-Dade County Board of County Commissioners for board approval and a special meeting scheduled for Friday, March 26th. So it looks like FTX is going to be acquiring this stadium or this arena, and crypto is going to be mainstream, you guys. You better believe that they're going to have Bitcoin and other cryptocurrency advertisements throughout this particular arena, as well as, advertising their own products that they have. I am absolutely over the moon and excited for FTX and the future of cryptocurrency, because cryptocurrency is coming to sports. Who will be next? All right, guys, there was a Bitcoin pump today, and people are attributing it to Elon Musk. So this article from Forbes states, Bitcoin surges as Elon Musk says it can be used to buy Teslas. Let's check out the Elon Musk tweet. This is the story I was referring to in the beginning of the show. You can now buy a Tesla with Bitcoin, Elon Musk tweeted. And he further went on to say, Tesla is using only internal and open source software to operate Bitcoin nodes directly. Bitcoin paid to Tesla will be retained as Bitcoin, not converted to fiat currency. Let me read this part again to you guys. Bitcoin paid to Tesla will be retained as Bitcoin, not converted to fiat currency. This means if you buy a Tesla and you buy with Bitcoin, Tesla is going to keep that Bitcoin. They are not taking profit. They are not converting to fiat. This is absolutely insane. And it goes to show that Elon Musk and Tesla, they have enough money to go ahead and do this and to manage risk. Because again, Bitcoin is a very speculative and risky asset. We get a lot of volatility. But the fact that Elon Musk believes in Bitcoin so much and he is willing to hold it as Bitcoin and not cash it out tells me he's accumulating, Tesla's accumulating, and he believes in the power of Bitcoin long term. Now, Bitcoin price action. So we successfully held support here at $53,000, and we had a beautiful pump up to about $56,896. Is the pump over? Well, we're starting to see a little bit of weakness on Market Cipher. We can start to see the RSI and the MFI money flow index kind of heading down a bit. But again, guys, this makes sense. We're at $57,000 resistance, and corrections are always good, are always needed. How far will we get down to? Well, I think we may see a bounce at about $55,000. We could get a full retracement back to this trend line at $53,658. However, there was something that I saw on Market Cipher. So on Market Cipher, it might be a little hard for you to see. I'll do my best. There was a big green dot printed down over here, February 28th of 2021. Now, if we go over here and we take a look at the green dot that was also printed at that area, March 23rd of 2021, I'm noticing a similar pattern. What I did was I took a trend line, I drew it from this bottom peak here, or excuse me, the swing low down here to the swing high up here, and then I cloned it and pasted it over into this area. If this does play out, and if Market Cipher is saying what I think it's saying, we could see $60,000 this week. Again, this would be a very bullish scenario. And taking a look at the daily chart, daily is actually showing a little bit of signs of life. I don't see any green dot printed on the daily, but our peak, our yellow peak, is starting to run up. We're also seeing RSI and MFI run up as well. So this is looking pretty decent. Overall, what I think is going to happen with Bitcoin, I think that we might just end up falling down and kind of ranging a little bit. That could happen. I'm not in a position. I closed my short out. Just kind of vibing right now with dealing with DeFi, which is a lot of fun. But it looks like we're going to head down a little bit. The area of importance for me would be about $55,000. However, a flip of support at about 56.9 would go ahead and lead us to about $60,000 in my opinion, if we're basing it off of fractals. Either way, this news with Elon Musk is absolutely wild, and I am very optimistic about the future for Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. Really quick before we get into our next story, I put out a video last week, well, I'll tell you when, March 18th of 2021, talking about Unilayer because they have a really great platform. And lo and behold, we had a really nice run up. We had a run up that was about 71%. Currently correcting a little bit, but I think Unilayer, that they're going to continue to do well, and they should hit about $3.67. I took out some of my profit, cashed out about $2,000 of profit yesterday, and I'm currently holding the rest, and I'm anticipating us to hit about $3.68 in the future. The reason why I believe this is actually going to help us segue into our next story. But before we do that, always practice risk management, make sure to pull profits, initial investment, or stick to your trading plan, whatever works for you. This next story segues into Layer and as to why I think Layer is going to continue to do well. 4,000 times more capital efficient. Uniswap team reveals details for version 3. Layer is built on top of Uniswap as a layer, hence Unilayer. And the great thing about Uniswap is they are going to be updating the site or the platform for their version 3. Let's go ahead and read some key takeaways here. New details about Uniswap's version 3 update were made public yesterday. It focuses on making the DEX as capital efficient as possible. This refers to liquidity. Essentially, you need liquidity to facilitate a trade or a marketplace. If you do not have enough, water in a bucket, it's going to be hard for people to go ahead and pull from that bucket. And without liquidity, there's not going to be any trades facilitated. Even though Uniswap is a P2P exchange, you still do need that liquidity to make things happen, to make things work. If not, prices go up, there's slippage, there's all kinds of crazy stuff. But version 3 is going to be expected to launch on Ethereum on May 5th and on Optimism in mid-May. And essentially, it's going to help bring down those lower fees and fast transactions. Furthermore, the article said, the heart of the upgrade is the ability for liquidity providers, LPs, to make markets with customized price ranges on approach dubbed concentrated liquidity. They're going to be responsible for placing their assets into liquidity pool against Uniswap users trade. This is comparable to Wall Street market makers who provide liquidity and thereby help traders move in and out of position. So it's essentially facilitating for traders, people that are buying and selling. I'm bullish as all heck. Ethereum price-wise may not be super exciting right now because we are seeing a little bit of a retracement. However, long-term, this is incredibly bullish because it's going to help with these expensive gas fees. Let's take a look at Ethereum now. So right now we're seeing Ethereum, it rejected off $1,938 and we had a bit of a retracement. currently we are in a little bit of a downtrend in this range, and that is okay. Overall with Ethereum, taking a look at Market Cipher's got this downward tick and is telling me we might be a little bit bearish on the daily. However, the 4-hour chart is looking a little bit optimistic after we printed these 2 green dots here. However, we've been having trouble. So overall with Ethereum, I think that price will do well in the future, but we may have a little bit more of a correction. And if we do, I would look to this area about 1530. A bullish scenario would be for us to break above this trend line at about $1,800 and then flip at $2,000. I don't necessarily think that's going to happen this week, but it is a nice thought to have. Either way, we're just kind of ranging. So if you're not in a margin or a leverage trade, just kind of vibe. Last story and we are done. So Vitalik said NFTs can be a social good, not just a casino for rich celebrities. And you know what? I tend to agree with him. I've been a long advocate and stated many times that I do think that NFTs can really help some underserved communities and people struggling to get back on their feet, because you're able to create art or different things online and make capital, sell them for things. And even though NFTs are getting a lot of exposure by celebrities and very rich people, I do think the underlying use case of NFTs is there, but we do have to be patient right now. So shout out to Vitalik for thinking similarly to me. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day. If you're going to get into Layer, make sure to practice risk management and be careful. Bye-bye.